Hello and welcome to day 4 of our 7-day career growth challenge, and congratulations for making it this far. So in the past couple of trainings, we talked about the core fundamentals that you really need to set yourself up for success at any job, and that is about clarity on the corporate world, clarity on your job scope, what you're hired for, so that you have the confidence to be able to deliver results and to continue to upskill to improve your competence so that you get even better at delivering even more results, even exceeding your performance goals. So all the fundamentals we've talked about in the previous training. So now we have reached the point of how do we actually sell our value? How do we ensure that your boss knows that you are adding value? So as I said previously, adding value is not about volunteering for new work. It's not about volunteering to run events or like host, events for your team. It's not really that. But adding value starts with knowing what you're hired to do. That's one part, right? Doing a job well done. That's one part as well. But what is missing here is making sure that your boss knows that you are doing a good job, right? Your boss knows that you're working hard. Your boss knows that you're doing a good job. Your boss knows that you are delivering results. Your boss knows that you're meeting expectations. Because how can you really say that you're adding value if your boss has no idea what you're doing? How can you truly say you're adding value if your boss has no freaking clue when was the last time they have spoken to you? How can you truly say that you're adding value if you are in total no contact working on your own and no one else knows exactly what you're up to? No one knows what you're doing. No one knows the progress of your work. Can you truly say you are adding value? Because back to what I said earlier, and it's really the foundation of this entire training and the entire career success within the corporate world, is that the corporate world is a jigsaw puzzle. So if you're doing things on your own, it's only that 50% portion, right? The other half is making sure that the right people, specifically your boss, key stakeholders, know exactly what you're doing so that you can get the feedback, you can get the visibility on and the confirmation that you're doing a great job. So this is how you're going to set yourself up for success when it comes to job promotions and salary increments. All this career level up and salary growth is not going to happen if you are not visible. It's not going to happen if you're not talking to your boss. It's not going to happen if no one else knows what you are doing. So the baseline, the starting point of adding value is making sure that the right person, specifically your boss, knows that you're adding value. Now, it may sound very subtle, but this is a very, very big piece that many people miss out on. They work really, really hard, long hours, right? Giving it more than 100%. But when it comes to updating their boss on what they are doing, talking to their boss, catching up with their boss, that's the thing that they are resistant to do. Then I'll tell you that all the hard work they have put in, all the hours that you have put in, it can be a waste of time. Because if your boss doesn't know what you're doing, then can you truly say you're adding value, right? So I'm emphasizing this point because I want to show you that it is truly, truly important. Because for me, I used to be a team leader managing a lot of team members across multiple countries. And I really want my team members to come and update me as to what they're doing on their progress. And what I don't want is to start chasing team members, right? To try to figure out what exactly are my team members doing. That is the mindset of every single manager. That is the mindset of every single director. And that is the mindset of every single head of department. And now that you realize that it is so important to talk about all the value that you're adding, you are also setting yourself up and starting to practice how to sell yourself. But not in this giant, big conversation during the performance review for a job promotion or salary increment. Now, those are really big conversations that I will cover in the next few days of training. But at this point, you are practicing how to communicate your value. You're practicing how to speak up on the good work that you have done. You are practicing how to articulate and to have the confidence to talk about the good work that you have done. And this is going to set you up for even more success when we come to the big conversation talking about job promotions, asking for salary increments. You need to start developing the habits now. You need to start developing the confidence now. Otherwise, when you get to those big conversations, you will only be very nervous. You'll feel really frustrated of not knowing what to say. So I'm allowing you to start practicing now, to really start practicing setting up yourself for success. Then when it comes to the big conversations, you'll be so confident because you already know you're adding value. You know you've been talking about your value. You have been getting good feedback. Then the bigger conversations around promotions and pay rises is going to be so much easier, and your chances of getting those salary growth and career level up is going to be so much easier as well. So the challenge I have for you today is this week, I want you to go and talk to your boss and give your boss an update on all the good work that you have done. No excuses. I want you to find an opportunity this week to go and talk to your boss and talk about all the good work that you have done. And I'll leave you with this very big exercise, and I'll see you in tomorrow's training.